Welcome, everybody, to Poured On Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Poured On is a show where artist experience doesn't matter. All you need is your will to learn, paint, create, and have fun. On Poured On, you'll follow along with myself with one important technique that I've selected for this week's show. Iconic painter Bob Ross said, "We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents." So let's pour it on and see what we can create. I'm your host, Juancho, and this is today's canvas. We're using a white canvas today. If you guys missed last week's show, it is up on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to that. We did a sonic piece. This week we're gonna do something a little bit different, and we're gonna do incorporate a Dutch pour technique into this. Now, a Dutch pour technique is taking the paint and you're manipulating it with air. You can use a straw, you can use your mouth, you can use a blow dryer. Okay. So I have some colors here already selected for this week. And since we're into the preseason and things like that, I was gonna hold off on, but I was like, you know what? We in the football spirit. Let's go ahead and kick off some football color episodes. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is kind of like a yin and yang type. So we're gonna have two base colors of white and black. So half of the canvas will be white, half the canvas will be black. And then I have yellow and I have red. And I only you guys out there, if you watch football enough, you kind of can probably guess what team that is. And yes, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. So we're gonna go ahead and tap into this. I got my cups here, I got popsicle sticks and all that. We're using apple barrel paint, and we got our floor trough for our pointer medium, of course. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab solo cups here and get our base colors together. So just gonna go ahead and add some floor trough. I can get it to open. There we go. All right. Ooh, got a chunk there. Did not want that. All right, we got one cup, two cups. I'm gonna shake it up just a little bit, y'all. Looks like we got some. I mixed it up a little bit before the show, but it looks like I didn't mix it enough. So go ahead and mix it one more good time. And I'm just filling up my cups with the pour medium, y'all. And then we'll add our pink colors to it. All right, it's three. Grab another bottle of Floyd Trout. You guys are just tapping in. This is Poured On with Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just getting into the mixing of our colors for this week's show. We're doing a Dutch pour. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Is that a better view on the canvas? All right. About the same. Yeah. Trying to use about the same for each one. All right. And for our base colors, I'm just gonna use a little bit more just because that's gonna cover a majority of the canvas. There we go. All right. Go ahead and add some black to the. Shake it up one good time. Got our black going. I'm gonna go ahead and get that mixed up. We'll go ahead and get our white. Make sure this is open. I don't know if I use this one yet. Nope. Fresh bottle of white. Again, I'm using all apple barrel paint today. I just so happen to have this in all the colors that I want to use. So razor real quick so I can. That. I'll give it a shake. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? All right, so we're gonna get this white added to the poured medium here. Got our black together and mix up the white. Looks like I knocked out the light. I did that. Okay, so I did have a little bit of debris at the bottom, so since it went on and clung to the popsicle stick, I'm gonna go ahead and get that out so that we don't get that in our pour. Make sure we don't get that in our pour. White looks pretty fluid. There we go. All right. So we got our base colors are mixed up. Now we're gonna go with our red. Go with our red. Go ahead and add that. I hate about the red is the pigment change. And some of the other colors will do that. Black will do that. Add a little bit more red so I can make that red a deeper red. Right now it's more like a pink. If you guys are just tapping in, this is Poured On with Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just mixing up our paint for today's pour. We got red, yellow, our primary colors. Then we got black and white as our base coat. We got red mixed up. I'm gonna mix up our We're gonna mix up our yellow now. And I still might have to add a little bit more red to that red. Gonna find out here in a little bit. We didn't put too much yellow in there. All right. Just getting our colors all mixed up. We got 2 parts pour medium, 1 part paint. And I'm using, like, again, black, white, and red. So mix these up really good. Try to add another yellow to it just to see if we can brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Get it all mixed up. Let's see. Now, hopefully these dry better than they look. Because the pigment in these is not popping. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that. All right. So I haven't quite decided. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go lateral with it. Let's do lateral with it. I'll put the black at the top. So I'll just put a line down the middle here. Right. And put that to the side. White. I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe these colors, and I'm gonna go ahead and cover the areas. Cover these areas, the top half and the bottom half of the canvas. Make sure we got um, every area. Just trying to cover all my edges here, y'all. You can see it. Bring our black down just a little bit. Pan out the way. All right. All right. go. And get my painting knife cleaned off so I can get the white to spread out. It's a lot easier spreading this one because it's closer to me. Go ahead and pour some more of this paint here. Pour some more of this paint here. Get it. Make sure we get all our corners and edges. And I got a little bit of black down here at the bottom. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. All right, add a little bit more white. Just making sure I got the whole area covered. So I'm about to make these two meet up here at the top. Somewhat, at least get it flowing that way. Once we use our blow dryer, they should all blend. I'll get to as close as I can. There we go. You guys just tuning in. This is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're pretty much done with our base coat here. And then we'll get into our colors. Just trying to make sure we get all the corners, all the edges, all that good stuff. All right. Tuck that black that dropped in our white there. Go ahead and put my paint knife to the side. All right, put our paint knife to the side. And I'm looking at our red. It's not as red as I would like it to be. It turned more pink. I'll stir it up a little bit more and add some more red to it, just so I can darken up the pigment. As you can see, it's a little bit pinkish. So try to get that darker if I can. Just add small amounts and then stirring it, making sure we get that right. Let's see, I might have to add a red too. I got a red over here. Got a little bit of a darker red. I'm gonna add that to it. Hopefully that'll bring it out. Let's see what we got here. Well, it's matte, so maybe that's why it's these are matte colors, so that could be why I'm getting the difference there. But that's okay. The show must go on. We're gonna go ahead and get to the Dutch pour part of it. I'm gonna take this triangle here, come and lay it across both of these for the time being. Just for the time being. I'm gonna put our red just Slide there.
Power off.
And there. And this is just like a little mini canvas. Just kind of using it as a guide. Kind of using it as a guide. There. All right. Now I'm gonna take the yellow, come back, yellow. Try to see if I can make the yellow a little bit wider on this side. Ooh. All right. Gonna come back and put red in the center of that. I'm gonna come back one more time with the yellow. And I'll make it wider this time. All right. So now that we got our colors on here, y'all, that we're gonna work with, I'm gonna move this paint out the way here because it's gonna get a little messy. So we're gonna use the blow dryer to manipulate our paint. So I'm gonna clear my area for a second so I can make sure I'm not. Got some cells developing. Some cells developing on here. I think I'm gonna add some red drops in some of here on some of this. And just get our yellow. Yellow. I'm just layering these colors, y'all. Hoping to get a couple more cells out of this. So we shall see. All right. Add some of this red to the yellow up here that we did. Guys are just tuning in. This is Poured on with Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show is not quite over. We have a little bit more to go. I'm just finishing up adding some of our pouring paint to the canvas. And I'm just basically alternating our colors, our red and our yellow right now. All right. Try not to drop my popsicle stick here in the paint. Get a smudge. Make this a little bit, bigger there. All right, all right. And with that being said, gonna let that sit for a second. I have my heat gun here. Gonna go ahead and plug that in, see if we can get some of these cells to develop. So, guys are just tuning in. This is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just did a Dutch pour technique today. And as you can see, the cells are starting to develop. We got our half black, half white canvas that we put were our base colors. And I'm trying just helping the cells develop here with this heat gun. All right, all right. Okay, we got some cells developing here. We got a little bit of cells development here and over here. try to see if I can get this to come off evenly. Maybe not. Take that off. Sit that to the side. All right. Now that we got that taken off, go ahead and give me some wipe on my shirt here. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the heat gun to this now that we got. All right, here we go. Here we go. Gonna let this sit for a second and let some of these cells develop before we get back into the show. But we are now on to the part of the show where I like to call it Q&A show and tell. All right. So the question is, can you tell us why you chose your color selection and what do these colors represent to you? Okay, so as I told you guys at the beginning of the show, I chose the red and the yellow because of the Kansas City Chiefs. They are the reigning Super Bowl champions, and we got football among us. I know some of you ladies is like, football, but you know, I gotta do some shout out to my fellas out there that are watching football. So this is just the first step in the piece, you guys. I'm gonna do some other stuff to it after it once it dries, like I normally do. I like to do a little something extra on the paintings, but that's why I chose the colors. It just represents football season is on the horizon. I think we got like less than like 20 days or something like that left before opening kickoff. So I'm ready for that. If you could title your painting, what would you call it? I'm gonna call it. I mean, like I said, football season's kicking off. Thank you for the love, y'all. Football season's kicking off. I'm gonna call it defending champs. As it does represent the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. With the color selection, we got black and white as our base colors, and I did that as I halfway through the canvas, and then we took a prism canvas and we used that as kind of like a stencil as I poured the colors around it. And then we took our blow dryer to manipulate the paint around it to kind of give this fanned out triangle effect that we got here. Uh, the next question is, now that you completed your painting, what was your favorite part about it and what would you change? The favorite part about it, I would say it was the Dutch pour, using the blow dryer to manipulate the paint around the prism. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to work. I've used circular objects to do that, but I've never done anything outside of a circular object. So it worked better than I anticipated. I will say that. Additionally, what would I change? I probably would have added a little bit more yellow on this side, just to get that yellow to pop out, and probably a little bit more red too. So once the colors blend, that red and that yellow would have really popped on that side as well as it did on this side. Um, Outside of that, I do like how it did keep the almost triangle there in the middle. I'm gonna play off of that actually once it all dries, and I add some other stuff to it. So shout out to all you Chief fans out there. Good luck to y'all this year, but I can still see sales developing here and throughout the piece down here, you guys. I am going to get this light turned back on for you guys so that you can see the piece a little bit better. I have to disconnect our light here so that we can um, use the blow dryer. Okay, there we go. And at this time, I'll go ahead and open the floor while I let this piece continue to let the cells develop, and then of course at the end we always show you guys the canvas so you see an up close picture of what it looks like. Up close view of what it looks like. We have any questions today on today's piece or a future or a previous piece or something that you might want to see in the future? Um, Anything along those lines. Obviously, this is a feature show, so if you guys want to be guests, you're always welcome to be guests on the show. I don't just solely do the show by myself. I have had guests in the past. Um, in the first season of the show, we used to have a lot more guests, but some people be a little scared to try to do, uh, the painting and stuff like that, and that's okay. You don't have to have any experience. I'll get you the kit that you need to get. We'll set up a date for you to be on. If you have a second device, that's great. You can be like me and have your face on camera and show your canvas piece as well as we go step by step through the process. Is this going to be a part two? I'm going to do a part two. Whether I do a part two on here, I'm not quite sure. I want to see what it looks like when it dries and then kind of see where like I have some ideas already, but I want to see like what the finished drying look is going to look like so that I can solidify my ideas for the piece. Um, but thus far, like I do like I was worried about the red in the beginning, so it was a good thing that I had another red that was a deeper color red to kind of bring that red out more so because it kind of got muddied down by the floor troll. Um, I only paint my face. You only paint your face. That's awesome. Any other questions? So much fun to be a guest. So don't be shy. Yeah, don't be shy. Mistress has been on the show. Jen's been on the show. There's been several other people on the show in the past. Um, you don't have to have any like artistic background or anything like that. That's kind of why I do this show is to help you guys learn something. Um, and it's something that you could do in the comfort of your home. Like might want to de-stress or something like that, or you want to do something with your kids or something like that, or maybe you have friends or whatever you want to have a get together. Like this is something that you can do with them as well. And it's relatively inexpensive. Now obviously what price comes determines the quality, so like you can get cheaper products but expect a cheaper version of what it could look like. But if you want to go with the uh, more quality, then you're gonna get a better image. But I have used dollar store paints before. Primarily, I get my paints from Hobby Lobby or Michaels, or sometimes there's certain like metallic colors that I like, and I'll get those Nick Pro off of Amazon. They got a lot of great metallic colors. Also, Apple Barrel is like a main color that you can get uh, off Hobby Lobby. The Peacock, um, that was by Deco Art. The Peacock was by Deco Art. I am gonna get some of the Peacock again. Hopefully soon. I might be able to actually use that peacock for the Jaguars if we ever so happen to do a color for them or so on the one of the episodes. But I'll pick probably next week. It'll either be a part two of this or it might be another football team. It is. Um, any other questions? Any other questions? We have any artists in the building? We have any artists in the building? Any artists? No. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the box so you guys can get a close up, so you can get a close up of the piece. Give me 1 second as I maneuver this. Try not to knock it off. Try not to knock it off. Here we go. All right. Get it to flip. Here we go. All right. So we got more of the yellow on that side. But we did get some over here. It's just not as much. And then, of course, my little drops that I did of yellow and red. And then we got our black and our white down the middle here that you can see they kind of blended together once I put the prism canvas on top of the paint, kind of smash those two together. And so you got cells and a blend, gradient blend going into that as well. So one more look from the top view camera. All right, go ahead and move this. So yeah, if you guys ever want to be on a episode, you know what I'm saying, just all you have to do is tap into my Instagram is linked up to the my account here. You can also subscribe to the YouTube. Trying working on my subscribers, you guys. Also, if you're not doing anything later, make sure you tap into the Red Room Talk at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, y'all. And of course, you can catch me Sundays, every Sunday. This week is in my live for Soul Food Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But other than that, I'm here every Saturday, 4 p.m. Y'all. Make sure you tap in. Like I said, there'll be a post on whether or not it'll be a continuation of the episode. Uh, I try to get it out by Thursday. Usually I forget because I work a regular job. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's one of those things that I be forgetting to do. I'm not good with the promotion aspect, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Any more questions? Any more questions, y'all? Any more questions? Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the love, y'all. If there's no more questions, I will go ahead and play a song. If you think of something, go ahead, ask. I'm watching here. But thank y'all for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tapping in this Saturday, y'all. For Portal with Juancho. You can find me every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Tag app.